Does anyone except serial killers make collages? Like, I remember.
I was thinking about collage artwork the other day. How it's interesting. Like, some of it looks really cool.
Because I remember Cabral making us do it.
Yeah, we did it like every year, right?
Yeah.
It was always a subject. And there are some that look really cool, like interesting ideas people put together, but I've always found it, I don't know, kind of strange.
I
Cause
don't know, most of them I look at them like, do you display this like with a human toe? Or, like, it's a weird ass medium to me.
it is. I think it looks really cool though in kind of like the stop animation, where they use cutouts of things and make them interact with each other. It always looks fun.
That, and I guess when they can figure out a way to like make all the pictures make a bigger picture. But I'm just talking about like the white noise ass thing you look at, you're like, this is just a bunch of shit. Like,
yeah,
this is just other people's hard work
Mm-hmm.
that you cut out of something and glue sticked onto this. Like, you shouldn't feel good about what you've done here.
that's what's interesting. I know a lot of people think that way. Like, they think it's not really art because they're just like, you didn't make this.
Yeah.
Well, you did. You constructed it, but
Did you?
the ideas aren't yours. But at the same time, you took these things that maybe you're putting it together to, I don't know, reinforce an idea that probably has nothing to do with those individual things. But when you put them together, I guess it's kind of like when people use sample loops and stuff for
I was
recording.
gonna say that, yeah.
A lot of people, like, you just have a bass line, and it's like, I don't want to write a bass line, but this one works perfectly for this song, so boom. And do it, and then you can call it your own by dressing it up with the right sounds or tweaking or effects.
Yeah, I guess.
It is interesting though. I've always kind of had that thought with it.
Yeah, I don't know. The collage art though, it just either A, I think you're a serial killer, as I said, or B, you're like a 16-year-old girl who's like obsessed with some fucking like pop star band.
I was gonna say
boy group.
that's where when I see collages, is because it's always like when the only time I see those reference are the 6-year-old girls who are making those things. I remember them from school. They still make them to this day. Those 6-year-old. I mean, not those girls, but like teenage girls in general. That's always they're about.
Yeah, that's the
girl
thing.
doesn't mean you gotta grow up.
Mm-hmm.
I still
Maybe they
have
still
that
make
trend.
collages.
Isn't there other, like, is collage always other media, or can you just do, like, is it still when you have, like, it's like a bunch of cut up scrap paper and shit, and
Yeah,
you
you can.
piece that together?
I thought that was mosaic.
Isn't that only when it's, like, cut in shapes, though?
Well, yeah, because mosaic, you're trying to
Yeah.
create an image out of like just a single shape itself, versus with the collages.
Mm-hmm.
You could, I think that's like the main idea of the collage. It's always like there's a lot of digital collages I see. Like I'll see those on Instagram, and some of them are actually pretty good. Like the way they'll take very two specific photos. Like here's like a model, but they put it behind like this old Renaissance painting, and they sort of clipped it together like that. So there'll be some interesting things with that. So I think they can look really cool, and there's ones that just look like a mess.
Yeah.
That is.
I'm leaning more towards the mess way.
What if I had, let's say I'm
Mess way.
doing a painting and I put some stuff from other things on the canvas, but then I paint around them. And not even like put them in a picture, I don't know, I use it. There's an eyeball and I put the eyeball somewhere. Or I cut up the eyeball in pieces and I put it in different spots. And it just gets weird.
It's like a photorealism? Like it's a photorealistic eyeball, or it's just like...
Well, I mean, it's a picture of an eyeball, but I cut it up and it doesn't look like an eyeball anymore. So it's like pieces of an eyeball.
Could it be a real eyeball?
Yeah, why not? Doesn't have to be good art to be art.
That is true. Piss Christ taught us that.
Piss Christ.
I don't know what that is.
You know what a Piss Christ is?
No.
So basically some fucker who made far too much money got commissioned to make an art piece for some art thing. I don't know all the details. I don't know the important ones. And he was given like $50,000 to make like this crazy piece of modern art.
Mm-hmm.
And when he came back, he just had pissed in a cup and put a crucifix in it and taken pictures of that. He called it Piss Christ. And he was like, you see the deep metaphors. No. And I was like, deep metaphors, you probably got really hammered because I'm assuming you have problems because you're an artist. And you pissed in a cup and like dropped a crucifix you probably wore ironically on your wrist in there. But you took pictures of it.
It's a bold move.
It
Was it the people who commissioned it? Did they were like, oh fuck yeah?
I'm pretty sure it still got hung up in that thing, so I'm pretty sure they were like, oh yeah, good for you.
It's all about maybe the name, who it was, rather than what the artwork is.
I've seen that. I've seen the hair glued to cheese.
That one's beautiful.
Who did that?
It looks so ridiculous.
I was
But
like,
look-
the fact I had to pause and be like, is he fucking with me? Is
The
he
fact,
serious?
the fact that people do that, and then other people are like, your ideas are worth millions. I'm going to buy your ideas. Like that guy who taped the fucking banana to the wall, dude. He sold that, and he didn't have to sell anything to anyone except bananas and duct tape.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a set of instructions on how to do it yourself, and when the banana rots, how to replace it.
Mm-hmm.
You get that and like a little fucking certificate saying you own it, and he sold them for millions.
You own this duct tape for as long as
No,
the
you
duct
own
tape
the
lasts.
idea. You own the right to display this as my creative work. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the craziness of it.